Gun lawyer H.R.367 DeBrosse here with my associate Michael Truman from Munitions Law Group. We're here coming to you, continue our discussion on politics. Just got back from the SHOT Show. We just finished a discussion on the Social Security law that President Trump is hopefully about to sign, which I believe he's going to sign.
Absolutely.
Right? So continue that discussion, Michael. What other bills are currently pending before Congress?
One other big bill is the Hearing Protection Act of 2017. This was introduced in early January by House of Representative member Jeff Duncan. He's from South Carolina. The bill has over 100 co-sponsors, Republicans and Democrats alike.
What's the resolution number on that? Somebody wants to look it up.
It is H.R.367. If you just Google that, you can pull it right up. It's only a couple pages. Any of our viewers could easily find it and read it.
Okay. So basically, what is the purpose of this bill? What does it say?
The general purpose of it is that it would remove silencers or suppressors from the registration requirements of the National Firearms Act.
Okay. And it's effective as to what date as far as transfers?
October 2015.
So transfers that were made from October 2015 onward, this law, if it's passed as it's written, of course, which we don't know if that's going to happen, it could get locked up in joint committee or something like that.
It'll probably get marked up quite a bit.
It'll probably get marked up, but if it does pass as written, it would be grandfathered essentially back to October 2015. Not sure exactly what that means. It doesn't say you'll get a refund. My understanding is that there would be some sort of refund or tax credit if you had made a purchase since then. But let's see how the bill comes out. Do you think it's a good bill?
I think it's a good bill. You know, I think that it's something that everybody can kind of get behind. You know, you very rarely hear about suppressors or silencers being used in crimes, and there is a genuine need for hearing protection for people.
And when I first started doing gun trust at the beginning of my practice a number of years back, I had a handful of clients that would actually come to me that were working in the construction industry that wanted to get suppressors for that reason. You know, I don't care what the anti-gunners say. It is a legitimate reason.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're an everyday shooter or a weekly shooter, it affects your hearing. It just does. Hearing loss is a big thing in the military. So I think it's a great bill. The inside knowledge I'm getting from people that have been meeting with Congress people in D.C. and from some of those Congress people is that it will likely pass. Maybe not this year, but within the next couple of years. They've been citing to a lot of studies, like in other countries, European countries, that currently allow suppressors. So they really are taking, I think, the correct approach by making it more of a health issue.
And I think it's getting more publicity now that for people who don't own firearms, they think it's like the movies where you have a silencer and it's truly silenced.
Right.
I think people are starting to realize now it's still loud.
I was watching John Wick 2 the other day, actually, and that's a great movie, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it. And even in that movie, I'm pretty certain that they were using special effects, and there was a scene where he was shooting a guy from like 100 yards away with a handgun, and he'd hold it like this, and it would go boo boo, and there's all these people walking around him, and no one would hear it.
Yeah.
That's complete garbage.
Yep.
Complete garbage.
That's the classic Hollywood.
Yeah, and it was like a 45 or 9mm or something. So it was just complete garbage.
And I've played video games where if you've got your silencer suppressor on there, you can be right next to the guy and nobody will notice.
So that doesn't exist. So for the viewers that we might have talked a little bit quickly about this. This is in regards to the National Firearms Act, the first big gun bill of our country in 1934. It was passed as a result of Al Capone, Valentine's Day Massacre, things like that. And suppressors were added eventually to that registry. And what that basically means is that if you want to own a suppressor, it's completely legal to do so. You have to pay a tax, a one-time transfer tax of $200 every time that gun is transferred, but it's only one time for the present owner. And then it's on the National Firearms Transaction Registry. This bill, all it does is remove it from that registry, so you could go to a gun store and buy it like a normal gun, correct?
Right, you could walk out with the suppressor that day.
Right.
You have to submit all the paperwork.
It's still considered a firearm, so a 4473 background check, NICS check would have to be done, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, so it'd just be like any other handgun that you would buy. You just go to the gun store and purchase it. So it just removes it from the onerous NFTR, the registry system.